Hey again. Okay, this lesson is um, what if you don't have $500 to $1,000 to buy the beautiful Montessori bells for your classroom? Well, I've found a way that you can have almost the same experience. So here we have our Montessori bells that I've created using just these really easy to use and very inexpensive handbells. And you can get these, gosh, just Google handbells, children's handbells, and they will come up. So there are 8 bells, and they are all different colors. So here's Do, here's Ray, here's me, Fa, So, La, Ti, and Do. Now what I did is I took these colored bells and I painted them. So I have the brown bells and I also have the white bells. So I bought 2 sets and I painted one whole set white and one whole set brown. So you can do some of the same activities that we have with the Montessori bells. So I'm going to show you using first the colored bells because it gives you as an educator a visual to grab onto and use as a control. So when we're using something as a control, that means that we can match to it pretty easily. Okay. So these are all brown though, which means we don't know what note they are. We can't tell like, oh, well, this one's hot pink, so this is high C. Oh, this is light green, so that means this is F. No, we can't tell because we've painted them. Okay, so I'm going to show you a fun game that you can play with your students and they love it. It's the matching game. Okay, so what I do is I'll just take this bell and this bell, and how about this bell? This is our high C bell, but I'm going to mix them up. It's better. So, boys and girls, I wonder if you can mix your bells and find which bell to match them to. And of course, these need to be in order, so they need to be in major scale order of low to high. So you are seeing it. I'm backwards right now. If I were giving this lesson to a child here on my left, I'd have everything reversed because low is left, okay? But because I'm giving my lesson to you, I'm having everything reversed in order for me. So I'm doing everything upside down and backwards. So here is low C. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now, mind you, a set like this is only $28. It's easy to get. Okay, I have these bells matched up to their partners. They're sitting right next to their partners. And these are out of order. And again, we've done that whole mix game. And now I will hand a bell to a child and say, I wonder which bell this matches. And so they would sound it. Now they will try to find which bell. So here is a bell without a partner. So let's try this one. Nope, that's not it. That doesn't sound the same either. It's a match. I'm going to set it right next to its partner. They sit right next to each other. Now I need to find the match for the next bell. Is it this one? Well, that doesn't sound the same, but let's check to be sure. I always use those words. Let's check to be sure. This sounds higher than this one. This sounds lower than this one. Let's go to the next one. It's a match. They both have the same note. Well, I would always save the last bell for the youngest child because they're littler and their ears are yet to develop. So there's really only one option left. So the young child will still feel very successful by matching this one bell. They don't understand that it's the only choice. They just feel successful because they have matched it. So we're going to match that note. There's the match. And now our bells are matched. We start off doing this with just a couple of bells. We move into doing it with 3 bells. Then we match all 8 bells after a few tries. And what I've done before, and I'm going to see if I can upload this video. It's embedded in something else that I've created years ago. But I have an old video of 8 children in a line on one side of the classroom, 8 children in a line on the other side of the classroom. They're each holding a bell and they have to partner up. So I tasked one child to be my bell master. So that's the child who goes and dings the bells. And we were using our beautiful Montessori bells. We were not using these because I hadn't gotten these yet. So hopefully I'll be able to take that video off of what it's on and put it up on our canvas so you can see it in action. A classroom of 17 children all working with the musical bells all at the same time. It's a sight to behold. So you could still do it with these. Okay, so imagine your school, your classroom, your daycare, and you have 20 children, let's say. Well, here's 8 bells. Here's 8 more bells. That's 16. You could have a bell master who is the person who's going and seeing and helping the child ring their bell. And I usually have an older kid who's done it a few times do that. And then you could have 2 assistants for yourself or 3 assistants for yourself who are helping you doing whatever you need to do. So you could be making sure people stay in line, helping them make sure that their feet are not touching other people, So you can engage all your whole classroom in this as long as you have a plan for it. Okay, so let's try it with 4 bells. Okay, so I'll move this aside and let's just pick 4 random bells and we're going to mix them up again. Mix. And now we will match. Let's try it the opposite way. I'm going to ring the control bell and see, and let's say each child, I've got 4 children here. This can be a circle time activity too. So maybe child A, child B, child C, child D, and I ask them to find the match to this. So I'll ring this bell first. I wonder who has that note. Child A, could you please ring your bell? That's the note. The spell might be, I think that's the actual note. It's a little flat, but it's because little fingers have been wonking around on this. So it is a match, even though this sounds more flat than the control. Ugh, that's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, proceeding along. Now we would go to the next bell and I'd be here at circle time. I'd be sitting down with my bells and I'd say, okay, I have 3 more friends left. Let's say it's Michael, Sarah, and Raham. Who has that note? I would ask one person at a time. It's a match. Oh, thank you. You may go out to play. Okay, let's listen to the next sound and see who has a match. I want to match this note. This sounds a little bit high, doesn't it? Let's try this one again. That's that note. This is higher. This isn't the one. Let's try this one. I'll ring this one again. That's that note. It's a match. Okay, go get your shoes on and have fun on the playground. Oh boy, here's another note. Let's match it up. That's a very high note. It's a match. You can keep moving forward with that ear training, matching pitches, by the next time, take the whole entire set of control bells and place them on a table in a different part of the classroom. And then you've got children who are moving back and forth from the table to the other table, matching pitches. It sounds like it would be cacophony, but it's not, as long as you have trained them well, trained the children well to be very careful. When I first introduced bells, I introduced them with such reverence and such like awe, like, oh my goodness, these bells are very, very precious. We only ring them gently. So we teach them this hand method. We do not do this until, because they do have to do this, we do not use it this way until we are doing our handbell choir. So every year we do teach them songs with using these bells as a handbell choir. But that'll be in a different lesson. Okay, that's the lesson on finding an inexpensive way to incorporate bells into your curriculum. Thanks for listening.